All right, guys, welcome back to the Walleye Files. Incredibly exciting to have a new format of a show here today. We preach education, and I don't know if there is a better educational opportunity than the Mark Martin Fishing Vacation School. Of course, you could check that out at fishingvacationschool.com. Mark was on the podcast a while ago. My good friend Chris Carroll's there with him, and we just kind of thought, hey, we should really highlight some of the good things that they're doing. Mark's super intelligent, incredible angler. I don't need to list his accomplishments. If you can go back, we recorded with him in November. I think we released that podcast in mid-November, early December. So go back and listen to that one. But we have kids at 12 years old. We have women. We've got pro staffers. We've got other anglers who aren't used to ice fishing that have gone to this school. They learn a whole ton of things. And Mark works with some visitors bureaus from different places when he does these schools. The Cheboygan Area Visitors Bureau set them up great. Sounds like great reservations at hotels, great meals provided to them in the morning, in the middle of the day, on the ice, and at night. Great camaraderie with all the people. So again, thanks to the Cheboygan Area Visitors Bureau for Mark. It sounds like it was an incredible experience to be out there this year. I really wish I was there, to be fully honest. This work thing is getting in the way of a lot of fishing, but we are not that far away from springtime. So I'm thinking walleyes, the boat is soon to be wrapped. Pretty excited for that as well. Thanks again to all our sponsors: Striker Brands, Lake Effect Lures, Thunderhook Fly-ins, Image 360 and Crown Trophy of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and Bellevue Spice Company, Walleye Nation Creations. Without those amazing companies, we cannot do what we do here at the Walleye Files. Life is good, guys. Life is good. Things have been very busy, and we are getting closer to the start of the 2026 tournament season. The National Walleye Tour is soon upon us. We are only about 8 weeks away from the first event of the National Walleye Tour season on Lake Erie. My boat is currently empty, and it will not be empty for long. But before we do that, get a load of what Mark Martin and the amazing people at Mark Martin Fishing School have to offer. Book yourself a trip next year. Even if you don't think you can learn anything, you'll be incredibly surprised by the high level of talent that the pro staff and Mark has to offer. I think iron truly sharpens iron when it comes to things like this. You will only get better by fishing with guys like that. And Mark Martin's Fishing School. Thanks, guys, for watching. This episode of the Walleye Files is presented by Image 360 Inc. and Crown Trophy of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. For over 30 years, Image 360 and Crown Trophy have been Oshkosh's go-to for signs, vehicle graphics, custom apparel, and awards. Proudly serving northeastern Wisconsin with quality that speaks volumes. Your brand deserves to stand out. Let's make it unforgettable. Need signs that pop, graphics that roar, and branded apparel that turns heads? Image 360 and Crown Trophy in Oshkosh have been rocking northeastern Wisconsin for 30 years. From bold branding to epic awards, we bring your vision to life. Let's go. Love Image 360 and Crown Trophy. All right, guys, welcome back to the Walleye Files. We've got my good friend Chris Carroll and River in Mullet Lake, Michigan. We are talking about the Mark Martin Fishing Vacation School. River, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Dude, I heard you are catching a pile of fish. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chris, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. I'm on the ice, believe it or not. You know, a lot of people never believe that, but here we are.
Well, now we've got video proof. That's pretty special.
That's right.
In the least. So we are going to talk about Mark Martin Fishing School today, guys. And what better way to start it off than River? How old are you?
12.
12 with a 12-year-old. Super excited to have you on, buddy. And why don't you tell me what you've learned? Some of the things you've learned so far today.
Today and probably this whole school, I've probably learned when you're jigging, you want to use, if you have 2 poles, you want to put one down on the bottom, like your jigging wrap or something, and your spoon on the other hole, and then have that higher up, bringing the fish in when like just jigging it every once in a while.
That's awesome. Are you having a lot of fun so far?
Yeah.
What's the biggest fish you've caught so far?
I've caught tiny walleye, and then probably the 14.25-inch perch I caught just today.
That's awesome. So what's really special, guys? What's really special, guys, is that you've got a really friendly atmosphere. You've got a couple days in a classroom setting where you learn some things. You've got a couple days on the water where you get to take what you learn in the classroom. You get some guides or some pro staffers with you to really show you the ropes on how to catch some fish. River, is there anything you learned in the classroom that you've taken onto the water?
Probably how to like find depth and tip ups without like a fish finder.
Ooh, how do you do that?
Using the maps and yeah.
So, Chris, what have you seen so far from fishing school?
So what's so great about this school is there's so many different pro staffers, and between the pro staffers and the students, you're at all these different levels of skill. But even the lowest skill level and the highest skill level, everybody's learning from everybody. And so this whole group of students, this trip, this class, they're just open book, and they want to learn and have great attitudes. I think that's just one of the great things about the school is you just have all these different levels of skill. And there's no way you come here and take this class and stay and fish for a few days and not become a better angler and learn some different techniques.
That's awesome. River, is there anything as far as something, if somebody's going to book a trip like this, that they should look forward to?
At Mullet Lake, probably nice action, big perch, nice walleyes.
And your lunch delivered to you on the ice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty awesome. I like that. Awesome. Well, River, thanks again for being on, buddy.
Yep.
We're going to get another angler on here for a second, guys.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 more, and we'll have them both set down right here, and then you can just chat with them, and I'll introduce them to you.
This episode of the Walleye Files is brought to you by Thunderhook Fly-ins, the premium fly-in fishing destination in Ontario, Canada. Trophy walleyes, giant pike, and remote wilderness adventures await. Book your trip now at thunderhook.com. All right, gentlemen, how are we doing?
Good.
Hey, it's great to have you guys on. I'm super excited to hear more about the Mark Martin Fishing Vacation School. How did you learn of the Fishing Vacation School?
Good, man. So I learned about it from a friend that was in the class a few years ago, and then I'm an acquaintance of Mark, and so I talked to him about it, and got convinced myself that this would be a good opportunity.
So, what have you focused as far as the learning aspect of things? What have you focused all your energy and time on so far this week?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I've really been emphasizing using electronics properly in conjunction with jigging techniques, especially for jigging fish that are in the hole, underneath the hole, and trying to get them to bite. And so that's something I've never really understood, and I've never been really confident with my electronics. So now I think after yesterday and today, I feel a lot better about both. There's still like jigging technique. It's sort of like anything that's an acquired skill. There's always room for improvement.
So what do you think about the experience so far? Just coming up, you get your meals handed to you, meals brought to you on the ice, spend some time with some really exceptional anglers, just getting some time to soak in the knowledge, soak in the experience. What has been the highlight for you so far?
Well, the highlight for me is watching how things are done. But one of the the food's great and the hospitality's great. But I came here for fishing and to learn. And so one of the things I really liked is how the pro staff goes around, the ones that aren't matched with helping people at a particular time and are fishing anyways to try and find out where the fish are biting and what they're biting on, reporting that to those that are coaching the students, and then adjusting every day for those observations that those that are going around, I guess someone called it prospecting, for the rest of us. And then, learning that they came out here, especially a week ago to pre-fish to make sure they sort of knew where the fish are and what they're biting on. And so that really made it great because, I catching fish was great, but I don't think I would have learned as much if there weren't fish here to learn from when I was here.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part. It's really hard to learn if you're frustrated, and I think having some people in your corner that can coach you through things, that can put you on some fish, really makes learning a lot easier and a lot simpler and a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, got that. I got to practice missing a lot of fish. A lot.
So from the pro staffer's perspective, what is your favorite part of being a pro staffer?
It's two parts. One, it's watching, in this case it was John, take in everything that we do in classroom stuff. We get out onto the ice, he's asking questions. We were fortunate enough to set up on a spot where there was lots of fish. So he got to work the fish. And the reward at the end of that is when one bites. So when that first big perch came through yesterday and that first big walleye came in yesterday, and then for today, we were set up and I went out and was visiting some of the other students that were set up near us. John pops out of the shanty and he's got a 30-inch northern. I wasn't there. There was no coaching, all on his own. To me, that's the reward. That's part one. Part two is the group of pro staff that Mark has assembled they're phenomenal people, and they are truly friends. And so whether we're at a school or if I have time to just go fun fish, these are the guys I want to fish with anyway. So I get to hang out with, some of my best friends in the whole world. We get to go chase fish and then get to meet, great people like John that attend, River that you just met here just a minute ago. They're just phenomenal.
Yeah, I would agree that the camaraderie makes things way more enjoyable. Good bite, bad bite, or otherwise, I think having the right people around you makes things a lot more enjoyable.
Absolutely.
As far as baits we're using, gentlemen, what are we doing right now? What's been the hot ticket so far the last couple of days?
In general, small jig and wraps or small shiver minnows have kind of ruled the day. Now, that being said, caught some fish today on a slender spoon. We caught some fish on Grain and Glow quarter-ounce Cleos. John?
Do jiggers.
Yep, and Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
We did a lot of jigging in combination. So a lot of times in the shanty, if I'm fishing by myself, I have a slip bobber dead ride, and I'm jigging in the other hole. This week, we didn't use the slip bobber rig at all. We've gone to fishing a spoon 6, 8, 10 feet up off the bottom, and then the jig and wrap real close to the bottom, and those fish will dart between both. This water here is really clear. So we've mixed the spoons up a little bit, but in general, the jig and wraps have ruled the day.
Awesome. That's my personal favorite way to ice fish anyway. High and low, trying to call them in, and then really stir the bottom up, get them excited, and get one to chase. That's pretty fun. What's our biggest fish so far, guys?
He's got it.
I pulled in a 30-inch northern on a Northland coffin jig in Wonder Bread color. I wasn't targeting the northern. It was in 35 feet of water. Thought it was a walleye. The way it came into the scope, and I jigged it up, and then it grabbed it. And then I could feel a big fish, and I was hoping it was a big walleye. But it was a beautiful pike, and we got some nice pictures, and we got it back down the hole. So that next year it'll be 36 inches.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for being part of this. We really, really appreciate it, and glad you guys are enjoying yourselves at the Mark Martin Fishing Vacation School.
Thanks for having us, Brandon. Take care.
This episode of the Walleye Files is brought to you by Lake Effect Lures, the tackle that turns every cast into a catch. Built for serious anglers, tested on real fish, and proven to get bites when nothing else will. Get yours at lakeeffectlures.com.
All right, so sitting down here is Jess, Brandon.
Okay.
And
Hi,
then
Jess.
coming in is another pro staffer, Andrew Hendrickson. So, have at him, buddy.
Ooh.
Take no prisoners, especially with that guy.
All right, Jess and Andrew, how you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Well, it's been a great day, I tell you. I wish I was fishing though. I am not. I spent all day at work wishing that I wasn't there. And you guys are lucky enough for you guys on the water. You're doing some learning. You're doing some coaching as well, Andrew. And are you guys having some luck? You guys getting some fish?
Banner day today.
Banner day today. I like to hear that.
Actually got a blue perch today. I don't even know if you ever heard of one of those. They don't have any tint to them. So that's, I actually caught it. So that's a lifetime fish for me. I've only ever seen one. So I never heard them being caught on this lake. So it's really rare. So that's something today that just happened today. That's off the hook,
Awesome.
So, and the students are getting a lot of fish and big perch. We've caught some huge perch today. A bunch of them over 14, 115 inches. So yeah, this is the premier lake inland lake, I think, in Michigan. If I could have any lake come to in Michigan and fish an inland lake, this would be my choice. It's big. It's got tons of contours. There's an unlimited spots to fish. A lot of, your kettle-shaped lakes or bowl-shaped lakes, they're pretty boring to fish, I think. This thing, I can sit in bed at night, my head just turns like, where am I going tomorrow? Where am I going the next day? Where am I going to go? So I really enjoy fishing this body of water because it never gets boring.
There's been all species of fish here. Today I caught my first burbot ever at Mark Martin's Ice Fishing School 2026. It was a 25-inch big fish. Incredible fight, lots of fun. And then I've been helping with recording some content for some outdoors media writing, getting some photos for photography. And we've had students here see sturgeon on their camera. We've had someone caught like a huge pike today. So we're seeing everything from not only walleye and perch, but all these other species of fish as well that the students and the pro staff are having fun catching.
That's awesome. And I think that just makes things that much more enjoyable when you're around a lot of fish, a lot of different fish. You never really know what's going to bite, what's going to come up that hole. And more than anything, that's the easiest way to learn is to be around a lot of fish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. More hook sets, the quicker you learn.
Yeah, that would be definitely a true statement. So, Jess, what have you thought so far of the accommodations as far as lodging, meals, and just the accommodation of the school itself?
Oh, it's been incredible. Like, Cheboygan has been welcoming us with open arms. The chamber's been meeting up with us every night and engaged in finding out every student's game plan and the results from each day. They've provided us like some fantastic meals from local restaurants. We've been eating at local restaurants. Like, we couldn't have asked for a better city to come to.
Yeah, they take excellent care of us.
Yeah. So, Andrew, how long have you been doing this?
I've been with Mark. I think this is my 6th year. I'm actually as an instructor. I'm a captain, actually. I guide out on Lake Huron for walleyes. I'm an ice fishing guide on Saginaw Bay. So I'm pretty familiar with the water. I actually used to guide on this very lake. And about the time I started working with Mark, this lake and things. So, but it's been a real blessing for me to get involved with the school. They used to work on these lakes, just a quick background, and I'd see them out here in the schools and things. And I thought I was a hot shot fisherman, like, yeah, whatever, the school, a bunch of jokers, whatever. Anyhow, Mark and I got talking one time at a show, and I come out here and start fishing with these guys, and I tell you what, it's been an absolute joy. It's been a super good time, blast. We learned so much. We teach each other. The students teach us stuff. It's a totally open. There's no secrets. We share information very well, and you never stop learning at this. As soon as you stop learning, you're dead. That's what I always say. We constantly pay attention and listen to others and expand our fishing, and we constantly are changing.
And
Yeah.
kind of parlay off of that. So like, it doesn't matter like when you started. So I just started fishing in the past couple of years. I just decided one day, like, I actually want to learn this, like, not just observe my friends fishing. Like, there's a lot of opportunity for women anglers to get out there and like learn the sport. I worked for Frank's Great Outdoors, and my mentor Joe Reamer told me if I was going to get into this, to network with the best of the best in the industry, fish with the professionals, learn their technique, learn the equipment, learn biology, learn all that I can, like the intricacies, like the smallest thing can make the biggest difference in how you present to the fish and like catching the fish that you're targeting. So this school has like really helped out. I'm around the best of the best in the industry with Captain Andrew, Pat, Mark Martin. It's been incredible being able to join in on this. This is my first ice fishing school I've been to. Last summer was my first open water school, and I'm 34, getting into the sport hot and heavy. It's like you just have to have the drive to go do it and be brave and network with the best of the best. And everything's been fantastic here for knowledge sharing, and everyone's really welcoming to all anglers getting into the sport.
That's awesome. And iron definitely sharpens iron. I think if you are going to improve yourself as an angler, I think you hanging around with the best of the best definitely makes a lot of difference.
Yes.
You always hang out with people that are better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're the best one in the gym, you should probably find a new gym. I like that. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. Enjoy your fishing, enjoy the meals, enjoy the company, and make sure you guys catch a couple of big ones for me. All right.
Oh,
Thanks, Brandon.
sure.
Bye, man. Take care.
Thank you. This episode of the Walleye Files is brought to you by Striker Brands, built to keep you warm, dry, and fishing longer. From ice to open water, their gear handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Find yours at StrikerBrands.com. Go early, go late, and go prepared. Awesome. Well, Mark and Hunter, I appreciate you guys being on. Mark, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk to you guys today and for doing things to improve the sport. Super excited to have you on.
Well, thanks a lot, Brandon. Appreciate it. Good to see you again. Always a pleasure.
Hunter, what have you thought of the school so far?
It's been awesome. I've been wanting to fish this lake for a while. And, I just got into ice fishing, so I haven't really caught any walleye or anything through the ice, obviously. And, it would take me trips and trips and trips to figure out what I'm doing out here. So when I heard about this, I saw the value in it, and I've learned a lot so far. I'm still learning. So I've been catching fish, so that's awesome, but I've been learning a lot of techniques and where to go, when to go, how to go, and what to do. So it's been a pretty good time so far.
That's awesome. Mark, as far as, the amount of people coming up, and you've got such great accommodations. The Cheboygan Area Visitors Bureau has been great to you guys. Can you talk a little about that?
They've been wonderful. They take care of us like mom and dad. They take care of all of us like mom and dad. They feed us breakfast, lunches, dinners, and they're all high-end meals, not some little rinky-dink stuff. And then, the motel, we're staying at the Best Western. They're just wonderful. And the beds are great. You get a good night's sleep. You can get up and go and ply your trade on these frozen waters and be comfortable and well rested. And then you have, for the people that want to come up with their families and some of them want to go ice fishing, but there's more to do than that. There's 300 miles of snowmobile trails around here, and 700 miles of shoreline, and you're within an hour of two great big huge ski resorts here. So there's a lot of things that you can do in this area that will keep the whole family occupied.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that's super underrated in that part of Michigan. It's not something you really hear about. You've got ski resorts, you've got places to fish, you've got a lot of different things that really mesh together as far as winter sports, summer sports, and everything else.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just like they say, water, winter, wonderland.
Yeah. So getting back to the fishing school, Mark, let's talk about how you developed this because this is not a new thing. This has been going on for a long time, helping anglers become better anglers. And it's a really great part of the sport that you're doing to give back.
It all started up on Winnebagosh in Minnesota with Gary Roach and Al Linder. They took me under their wing, and they must have seen something in me, and I became a teacher fishing up there, and we went out on Winnebagosh, both open water and ice. And after a while, they said, "Hey, Mark, we don't have time for this no more. You take this back to wherever you want to take it." So I brought it back to Michigan, and we started in the Upper Peninsula and worked our way down. And we just hit high quality fishing areas that I know people want to find out about, and where we got good, uh, you know, places that we can take them and catch fish. So it's been, between Minnesota and here, we're pushing about 38 years of these ice fishing vacation schools. So I've ran a lot of people through these schools, and we have never had one negative comment from anybody. A few people said they were going to give me a negative review at first, and then they realized that they were wrong. That if they would have paid attention, they would have learned a whole lot more. And then they took the school the next year, so they would fill in the blank on the first 2 days they screwed up here.
Hunter, what have you learned so far the last couple days? What's the biggest lesson you've taken away?
Oh boy. Well, it's Mark told us right in the beginning, it's not like a secret bait or anything. It's like there's a lot of little things that we learn that you kind of put it all together and it just sets you up for success. So, I mean, there's not really, I mean, one big thing, I guess. It's just a lot of little things out here that kind of, again, we put all together and gets you on the right track. Anything from, how you use your baits, when you use them, ways that you have your hooks put on your baits. There's just a lot of little things like that help you in the end.
Yeah, it's definitely the little tiny adjustments that make the most successful anglers, I would agree.
Right.
Hey guys, today's show is brought to you by Walleye Nation Creations, lures built by anglers for anglers. From the death jig to crankbaits that drive big walleyes crazy, they've got the tools to help you land your next trophy. Make sure to gear up at walleyenationcreations.com. If they're looking to book a trip, they can go to fishingvacationschool.com. How long, Mark, does your schools last, and how many weeks of trips do you have, and do you go to different bodies of water?
Yeah, we go to 3 different bodies of water, and they switch up from year to year too. Uh, and we try to do it from Sunday to Wednesday when there's not a bunch of weekend warriors on the lakes, and we want to make sure you have a quality time and there's not people running you over or getting in your way or making so much noise there's no fish around. So, and it works out better for the chamber and the motels and restaurants because they're looking for people at that time to fill in from Sunday to Wednesday. So they, it's a type of um, environment, I guess you can call it, that everybody really likes because it's relaxed, and we do this, like I say, 3 different stops, but we're done now. This is the last school. I wish I could say there's some more to come because we're not done with winter yet, and I'd love to have a few more of them, but it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of the people you just seen and interviewed and talked to, we got to coordinate it. They just don't have the time off. So I got to have the right people, and these are all the right people. You have to have all the right people to go to the top. And I feel I've chosen the right people to do the job the right way. So no, we're not going to have any more. This will be the last one for the 26th season, but we'll be ready to take bookings come, June, July for next year, for the following year. And I'll be advertising that on my Facebook site, Mark Martin's Fishing or Mark Martin. So just watch them, and you'll probably hear about it in magazines and stuff like that too. And I'm pretty proud of that school because it, when the people get done with it, they always call me back and tell me how much they learned, and that brings joy to my heart, and it brings joy to all my my pro staff, because they get the calls too, and they get the emails, and it makes them want to teach more people all the secrets they have. And just like Hunter was saying, and you were talking about, it's all the little things and how you put it together, and what hook do you put the bait on. Simple little things that you think that you just throw it on that hook and put it down. Yeah, you can do that, but do you want to catch a bunch of fish, or you just want to catch a fish maybe? So what we teach you is how to catch a bunch of fish and how to do it right and be safe.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, Mark, thanks again for being on. I appreciate, and the industry appreciates what you do to positively affect people growing and learning how to fish. You from kids up to it doesn't matter if you're 8 or 80. I think you're going to learn something from this school. It's going to be something you can really enjoy. And definitely, if you're interested, check out fishingvacationschool.com. Go to Facebook, Mark Martin or Mark Martin Fishing, and shoot a message, inquire about it, because you're going to learn a lot of tactics and a lot of great information to take on the water to make yourself a better angler.
Thank you, Brandon.
All right, guys, have a good one. I appreciate it. Catch some fish, have some fun. I got to go to work tomorrow, so catch a couple big ones for me.
Will do.
Hey guys, I just want to say thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to Mark Martin for a great product. Really, he's helping people learn, whether it's men or women or children. He is helping people learn. He's helping grow the fishing industry, and he's really emphasizing on the educational side of things, which is something he's been really great at for a long time. Between his books, his seminars, and of course his fishing vacation school. Thanks again to all the pro staffers and students for being on. Thanks to Mr. Chris Carroll, because without him, none of this would really be possible. He's the one that introduced me to Mark, so I appreciate him. Before we go, we want to say thank you so much to the Cheboygan Visitors Bureau. Miss Carol Yeck is going to be on. She's going to talk about the Visitors Bureau and some of the things that they do and some of the ways people can really enjoy the area. But thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. It is incredibly special that I get to sit behind this microphone and talk to some incredible anglers. I appreciate you, and have a great day. Have a great night. Make sure you hit the like and the follow button. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Podbean, anywhere you get your podcasts. And for me, I can't say thank you enough to all the people. You guys are amazing. It's been a crazy ride so far. Without further ado, Miss Carol Yeck from the Cheboygan Area Visitors Bureau. All right, guys, we've got Carol Yeck here from the Cheboygan Area Visitors Bureau. Carol, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Brandon.
Oh, thank you for being on. Thank you so much for the amazing things you do for Mark Martin's Fishing Vacation School, all the great things you do for the area. Your Visitors Bureau is a big reason why things like Mark's school can be put on as successfully as it is.
It's more than a sponsorship to us. We really enjoy having them here and celebrating the fishery that we have in Northern Michigan.
Yeah, you've got an incredible fishery. Mullet Lake is truly next to not very many places when it comes to fish catching, but also recreation, especially summertime, tubing, water sports. Um, you've got a lot of snowmobile trails. There's just so many things that people can do in your area of the state that I think is super underrated. Can you tell me some of the things that you guys have local and within an hour of you?
Yes, we are super blessed in Cheboygan. We are different than the surrounding communities that are have tourist attractions and those kind of things. We have a uniqueness about us that we really work hard to preserve. Our natural resources, our inland waterway, our wooded areas, and that's what really attracts people to Sheboygan. We want them to come to be able to use our outdoor recreation to its fullest, and ice fishing is a big part of that. Our inland waterway is a 38-mile span of inland lakes and rivers and waterways. We have Mullet Lake, Crooked River, Indian River, Burt Lake, Sheboygan River, Black River, and right into Lake Huron. So there's a huge variety for fishing.
Yeah, as far as fishing goes, I love Lake Huron, and I've never tried mullet or any of those other places. I've driven past them a couple times. But it's something that's kind of on my bucket list now, seeing all the fishing that those guys have done, big perch, big walleyes, big pike. I mean, it sounds like an incredibly fertile place to come catch a bunch of walleyes.
It is, and it's more than just walleye. One thing that you can say about Sheboygan is that we have variety, and even after the ice melts, we have something in every season. We have river runs in the spring, in the summer we have deep water trolling, in the fall we have structure fishing, and everything in between. So there's something for everyone. An angler doesn't have to choose a lane; they can come and experience everything in Sheboygan.
That's fantastic. Is there, as far as something that's other than fishing, what do you guys really specialize in?
Boating. We have 200 miles of beautifully groomed hiking and biking trails. We have 250 miles of groomed ORV, ATV, and snowmobile trails that all lead to the heart of Sheboygan. We have a Nordic ski trail out of Black Mountain with some really fun things and Jeep rides that you can do out there. Really just enjoying the wonderland and the nature that we have here in Sheboygan. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of those places it's not too remote, but you still feel that you're far enough away from everything where you can get away, you can be by yourself. And if you want to experience the township, you can still come experience the township. Excuse me.
Yes, and in addition to our exceptional fishing, we have a gorgeous downtown area that's really, really grown in the last 7 to 8 years. Live music all the time, a lot of culture, a lot of art, something to do, beautiful boutiques, delicious eateries, homemade Sheboygan Coffee Roasters coffee, Sheboygan Brewing, a lot of things that are putting our name on the map.
Oh, that sounds like something everybody could really get into. That's fantastic. Ms. Carol, if anybody wants to get a hold of you or the Visitors Bureau, how can they do so?
They can get a hold of me at Carol, CAROLE, at Sheboygan.com, or they can call our office at 231-445-9045, and they can also check out our website at www.sheboygan.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on, Carol. I really appreciate it. I know Mark and all his staffers appreciate all your hospitality. You guys were fantastic. You are absolute rock stars, and I'm sure they can't wait to keep continuing this, and I can't wait to come next year. I think I'm going to come make the trip next year and catch some fish on Mullet Lake.
I hope you do. We have such a great time, and our community really rallies around the Mark Martin Ice Fishing School. We adore having them here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carol.
Thank you.